Join Sandra Peace Gen Extra. Hello, thank you for joining Peace Gen Extra today. I hope everyone is having a great Monday. And this is actually a Married to Medicine live review. I had some work being done on the house, and I thought they would be gone a couple of hours ago, so I had to reschedule a couple of times. So I thank anyone that can still show up. Please press the like button. I would appreciate it so much. And then we'll get into the actual live review. Thankfully, it was reunion part 3, Married to Medicine, season 11. We are done with the season. The season is in the bag, and I'm happy that we are done with the season because they did a lot. They did a whole lot. Okay. I wanted to see if I was streaming, and I am. Hello, Linnell Siler. Welcome to the chat. Thank you so much. Linda Gamble, a moderator. Thank you for coming in earlier. I appreciate that. Hello to everyone coming in the chat. So I'll start the live review, and then as I get comments or anything like that, I'll read the comments, and we'll talk about this last episode. They started out where they left off. Simone screaming and hollering at the top of her lungs. Her and Quad had gotten into it. And the men were actually out on the stage with Andy at this point. So they don't know what is going on. So Quad said that she was knocking on the door, looking for your MF and daddy. And Simone yelled, "Do not mention my daddy." At that point, Dr. Jackie physically took Simone and said, "Come on, let's go, let's go." She took her to a dressing room. I don't know if it was one of their dressing rooms or a private room, but it was just Dr. Simone and Jackie. Dr. Simone was all the way up here. And Dr. Jackie tries to be the mediator in these situations, to my mind, as much as she can. Now, certain times, I think I mentioned it. I think Dr. Jackie does let some of the stuff go on. For instance, if her friend Dr. Heavenly is saying something that Dr. Jackie wants to get out, Dr. Jackie really doesn't intervene. But in this situation, Dr. Simone is Dr. Jackie's longtime friend. And so in my opinion, it was sincere for Dr. Jackie to remove Simone from this situation. And I'm glad that she did, because Quad was doing a lot. Simone was doing a lot. I don't understand why they couldn't just express their opinions to each other. I don't know why Simone's volume goes all the way up here. And then starting last week when they ended, I don't know who Quad thought she was talking to, telling somebody, "Shut the F up." She was standing up and she said that to Dr. Simone. That's what really started the whole thing. So I didn't understand. That whole thing was crazy. But Dr. Jackie removes Dr. Simone. We see a scene where Letitia comes in, Sweet Tea. She said, "I just want to say," Dr. Jackie stopped her at the door. She said, "I don't want you in here. You're not needed in here. I need you to go. I need you to go." Sweet Tea is still trying to talk. And Dr. Jackie's like, "I need you to go." It was maybe rude, but I have to agree with Dr. Jackie at that point, because I don't know what Sweet Tea thought that Dr. Simone wanted to hear from her. And this is confusing too. I don't know who Sweet Tea actually has real friendships with among the ladies. I know Simone was on her YouTube channel and they were doing a little cooking thing on Sweet and Savory, but I don't trust Dr. Simone. Sweet Tea, none of these ladies are your friends. The way I know the situation was heightened, but the way Dr. Jackie spoke to her, she was so annoyed. She dismissed her totally. And Sweet Tea, you have to read the room. You shouldn't have been trying to get in there. All the cast, the women cast, were in one room. They were having that argument. It got so escalated. Dr. Jackie removed Dr. Simone. That was good. I don't know why you would follow them to a quiet dressing room when Simone is still up here and interject. I don't know what you were going to say. I don't think it could have been as important as getting Simone back to a calm level, because they're still filming. And you ladies had to go back out on stage. I didn't mean to go off on a tangent on that, but that whole scene was it was a lot. So the real show was backstage, because Andy and the men are actually out on stage. And they are talking about Key West. They get ready to bring up Key West. And Andy is asking if that with that fight on the beach, or not fight, but attempted altercation on the beach, who would have won? And Dr. G was just saying, he didn't really say who would have won. Dr. G, I don't know why you're so confused. He did say he's twice my size, he's half my age. And Dr. Eugene made a lighthearted moment. He said, "Well, Sweet Tea is combat trained," which she did tell us that she's combat trained. And then Dr. G said, "Well, with the two of us, we might could have got him." But thankfully, it didn't come to blows. Dr. King, Quad's man King. King was saying that he was laughing his A off when he called the police. Now, two things. I thought Quad said he went down there and they told him there was no paperwork. Now he's saying he called. So I don't know which one it is, because some of these people lie so badly. But he thought the whole thing was a joke because you can't attempt to assault someone. Yes, you can. You were running toward that man at full speed. You had already had words and you were cursing. So yeah, you can attempt to assault someone. Dr. G said that he is the one that dropped the charges. So Dr. G also, he addressed, Andy asked him whether or not, how he felt the way he spoke to Sweet Tea, Letitia. They had that behind the door scene that the viewer was able to still hear. And he said that he apologized privately, he said, but he wanted to express to her, to express publicly that he is sorry. He should have never spoken to her that way. And that's true, because it made a lot of viewers be concerned for Sweet Tea and the way he talks to her. And King pipes up and said, it's a pattern. It is a pattern, King, but that's not your place to say, because you don't have any real concern for this man. And so Dr. G said that anybody that's party to a person trying to destroy his character, he has nothing for them. So to me, that would include Quad, and that would also include Dr. Heavenly. He feels they're both trying to destroy his character. So he has no use for King. He has no need to be around Dr. Damon. Now, all these people are Dr. Greg's cast members, so we're going to see what happens with this. So backstage with the ladies, let's see. Oh, no, the men. Okay, they're going to switch to another scene. Andy tells the guys they have 10 minutes because they have to reset. So the men get 10 minutes. And the ladies fill the men in. The ladies let the men know what happened, that Dr. Heavenly cussed Sweet Tea out a couple times. And Dr. Heavenly seems proud of that. I sure did. And they will let them know what happened between Dr. Simone and Quad. And Cecil's like, it's been 11 years. Y'all still don't know how to act. I agree with you, Cecil. They don't. They really don't. And so the ladies join the men. They all go back out on stage together. Andy is asking King if there's a time frame. King says there's no rush. Quad interjects that they're just enjoying each other. And Andy's making a joke about the 15 times a day. And Quad is saying, including this morning, Quad, we don't care. It's tacky. I don't even know whether I believe that or not. There's a lot of questions as to whether or not King is Quad's real man or if it's just made for TV. And at this point, I don't know. Quad is so performative and fake to me. And I always used to find her real funny because I'm a season 1 viewer. I did drop off a few seasons after they ushered Mariah off the show. I know Mariah is still being paid. I know it's to her benefit if the show is a success. But just to watch what Dr. Heavenly has done, drag the show to the gutter, as Mariah predicted, sometimes it is a hard watch. This was not a great season for me. And it started out promising because the first episode, Welcome to Whitney, the party at Dr. Simone and Cecil's house, was really a lot of fun. So Heavenly wants to apologize. Let me see, there was an apology before that. I'm sorry, my notes somehow are out of order. It's funny, I'll start typing on here and then put it where it doesn't go. But I'll speak about Heavenly's apology to Contessa. Dr. Heavenly said, I want to say something. They were talking about something else. Oh, Dr. G was apologizing, Sweet Tea. And then she said, I want to say something. Andy gave kind of an eye roll like, oh God, or he just looked concerned. That's not a good sign. If every time you want to speak, your boss looks concerned. I don't know why Heavenly think Andy loves her so much. I think he's over Heavenly. I'm over Heavenly. And I used to find her funny. It's not bad. I want to say it. She said, Dr. Contessa, we got to fix this, sister. It didn't sound sincere. It didn't sound like Heavenly. It sounded like one of Heavenly's producer friends that get in her ear. And we can hear Heavenly producing. So now she wants to fix this, sister. Now I'm going to interject to what's going on right now. Dr. Heavenly is still talking about Dr. Scott. She is leaking information from the reunion that she claims they cut out, that Dr. Scott went to Quad to kind of find out what he should do, that there's some woman contacting him, or maybe he is into a relationship with. We don't really know the details, but Heavenly promised Dr. Contessa she would stop speaking on her and her marriage. And this is what caused the friction between them initially. So Dr. Contessa, I saw Dr. Contessa went live today. She's on vacation with her beautiful daughter. They're so cute. They were all dressed in their swimsuits. Dr. Contessa didn't talk about the show. She didn't talk about Heavenly. She just told us the daughter is up for some kind of something, Miss Georgia something, but there is a talent portion involved. She's gonna play Georgia on My Mind by Sax. She's a really cute girl. She's a teenager, and she's tall like Contessa. But Dr. Contessa she was being encouraging. She didn't talk about Heavenly because people were dropping questions in and she didn't say. I can't remember what it was about other than her vacation, but Dr. Contessa's fine. I do not wish for her to, even if she returns to this cast, she needs to know that Heavenly is a co-worker. That lady is not anyone's friend. I don't know that she knows how to be a friend. She's already disclosed how her late mother treated her, how her sister treated her, and that they're not close. Dr. Heavenly is like a snake. If you pick it up again and get bit, Dr. Contessa, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. So Heavenly gives this apology that I think she got from one of her friends and said, just appear sincere as you can. And she said, we gotta fix this, sister, because I think she wants Contessa to apologize to her so that the fans will kind of lighten up. Heavenly has her group. They love her. They said, you can never make us hate her. She can do anything. And they still love Dr. Heavenly. Mariah said it years ago. Dr. Heavenly can say anything. And it's true. Heavenly can't be wrong in some people's eyes because some people have that low, ratchet sense of humor, the joy in hurting people. None of the fun shade, just the bottom of the barrel, disgusting stuff. That is Heavenly, and a lot of people that find her funny. So if Dr. Contessa wants to forgive her, that's fine. So they play a Karma clip from Simone, which that just happened backstage. The producers are on it. And Quan says, Simone, she said, I'm not always right. Just run that back for me. Why are you saying that them coming on the show was my karma? Simone starts to loudly explain again. And she's saying that when Dr. G and Sweet Tea came on the show, she's claiming it wasn't to get back at Quad, just that Cecil has always been Dr. G's friend. They wanted to move on because Quad wasn't feeling them, and that is why they were on the show. So Quad wanted to know what has she done over 10 years to get Simone to that place? Simone can't really name anything. I don't know what Quad has done directly to Dr. Simone other than not really be her friend. Quad is not really fooling with these doctors like that. She likes the prestige of being on the show, the clout of being on the show, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I don't think Quad has ever fooled these ladies or pretended like she's a real friend to them, because Quad she's active on social media. When we see her at her parties, we see the Love and Hip Hop ladies. We see the Real Housewives girls. Sometimes we don't see Dr. Jackie sitting up at a pajama party with Quad, and we're not gonna see that. Quad feel like she's too cool for that. Even now, she bringing in. We saw a double date with Dr. Mimi and her husband Steve and King and Quad is singing Dr. Mimi praises to the high heavens. She feel like Dr. Mimi, somebody like her, would be more of a fit than a Dr. Jackie or Simone. And Simone is back in childhood where maybe the popular girl rejected her. She's really angry about that. I'm no Dr. Mimi. I'm not trying to diagnose anybody, but Simone, she have underlying issues with Quad. And Cecil gets a kick out of Quad. He looks on Quad as his kind of like a little sis. He likes Quad. He's going to have to ride with Simone because Dr. Simone paying the bills. But Cecil, in my opinion, does have a genuine affection for Quad as a sister. I do. I believe that. I'll read a couple of comments because my notes are coming to an end and I feel like I've left some things out. Angela A., my moderator, came into the chat. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well. Hey, Capricorn Flower. Thank you for stopping in, one of the moderators. Hello, One Crafty Sister. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Good to see you. And Sharon Gobble, Heavenly is so fake. Thank you for coming in, Sharon. Her apologies mean nothing because it doesn't come from her heart. I actually laughed out loud when she apologized. She was trying to make a tear come out. She was, Sharon, and it read so inauthentic to me at the moment. And Andy's look on the face, excuse me, before she did that, let everybody know that Heavenly's on that bull. She is trying to get a sector of the audience back. She really is. Excuse me. I got to go on mute, y'all. I have to drink some more water. Can I mute? Excuse me. I can't find the mute button. Oh, it's the mic. There we go. Thank you. They painted something in the house too. So now I'm feeling I should have cracked more windows. And everyone is speaking to each other in the chat. I'm going to go all the way up and see if anyone made comments before that. Happy Monday to everyone. Everyone spoke to each other. Soundcheck Annette, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. So this Married to Medicine reunion, yeah, she claimed it was a sincere apology, willingness to do anything. She was acting. I could see her on the phone or either FaceTime with one of her producing friends. You know who I'm thinking of. One of them initial is CK and the other one's initial is FD, but they help her produce. And they feel like they know more than the audience knows about what we actually want to see. We don't want to see this from Heavenly. And she is on social media, not right now, but at least today or so, still speaking about Scott, still speaking about Contessa, while lying that Damon Jr. doesn't have a problem that started in 2023, a legal issue that is just now grinding its way slowly through the courts. I hope he has a good attorney. I don't know what really happened, but anytime police are involved, I give extra grace to the person on the other end of whatever it is they're doing until I find out more. So, and I've never known them to be in any trouble or anything like that, but this is a real thing. The content creator that actually broke the story and put it out there had documents. So Dr. Heavenly is going around lying, and she's getting some of her blogger friends to lie as well. This is a real thing. It's a lie thing. It's true. It's happening. So Dr. Heavenly, you need to talk about that. So viewer had a question to Quad, asking about her average. That's where they brought up the silly 15-time thing. Andy had the nerve to ask Curtis about his average because it was 0. He said it went from 0.5 up to 1. Dr. Jackie, you need to check Curtis on that. He should not be joking about you guys' intimate relationship life, because we don't believe there's much going on anyway. I don't see the chemistry. I know she's taking care of Curtis. He's retired, but he spent a lot of time in the DR. Viewer had a question about Quad, when Quad was drinking, what her intentions were. She said her intentions were to hype up her man because she wants to talk about her man, be positive toward her man. And it's not a slight toward Dr. Gregory. Quad can lie. She's a smooth lie too. I'm not slamming Dr. G when I lift up my king. I'm not slamming Dr. G. Quad will start out complimenting King, and then she will always switch it over to preaching about how wrong Dr. G was and how he treated her, and now how he's wrongly treating Sweet Tea. Okay, I'm going to read another comment. Sharon says, Heavenly will deflect in any way she can so she won't have to talk about her son. That's exactly what she's doing. And I can see all sides of it. I know people are saying, well, he's one of the kids. He's not on the show. He's a grown man. He was on the show, so we do know who this is. He was not on the show this season. The person we saw this season is the other son, Zach. And I liked the scenes when they were sending him away to college and he was saying, I don't need any money. He seemed like a really sweet kid. All the Heavenly's kids I actually like. Then that's how I really believe Heavenly may not be 100% awful person, maybe just 80%, because she's pretty bad. She's pretty bad. But she's trying to deflect attention away from what's going on with the son. And I don't understand why that's not news, because Dr. Scott, yes, he's on the show, but Dr. Heavenly, their marriage wasn't really under a spotlight this season. So why are you bringing up anything about Dr. Scott and Contessa? If the reunion didn't show it, why are you talking about it? And Andy Cohen, bravo, Andy, when are you going to do something about that? Because back in the day when Mariah was on the show, she had either Facebook Live or something where she would go live after the show. They didn't want her doing that. And then also, trigger alert, Mariah, earlier season, she was working with Dr. Jackie. Her and Aiden wanted one more child. She and Dr. Jackie, we found out Mariah was carrying twins. And she put this on one of her social media. Unfortunately, she did not end up having the twins. So she has, her daughter, I think her name is Lauren, and Ethan. So those are the only two. This wasn't a successful pregnancy. And someone asked her about it, and she said, I was sharing that with my fans, and Bravo asked me to take it down. Because that was when they used to do blogs and all that kind of stuff. So the cast could put out news about themselves, but it would go through kind of a Bravo forum. So this new thing of Heavenly getting over on IG and saying whatever, going live and arguing with people, lying on people on YouTube, doing whatever she wants, going on other people's platforms and doing that, that's relatively new over the past few years. And they created a monster because the other cast is afraid of her. They're afraid of Dr. Heavenly, and that's because of what she's allowed to do on her channel. And that there is a audience lined up to hear it. They love it. They love that mess. And honestly, the show would be good if we were hearing all these other things that's going on in their life. If this were a part of the show, we know her son was away at college. So let's say something happened, something did happen at college, and we get a scene of him calling Damon, or Heavenly and Dr. Damon talking about it. The viewers sympathize with that. They sympathize with your real life. What we don't want to see is you always so quick to talk about somebody else and then cannot speak up for you and what's going on in your household. That's the part we don't understand. Curtis was telling the truth. Yeah, I believed it. When they said the 0, then it went to a 0.5 and it went to 1. I just think Dr. Jackie, she didn't like that. She didn't like it at all. And then Quiet King sitting over there talking about 15 times. You know, nobody wants to make a joke or come up behind that at all. Okay, so let's see. I think I brought up everything, all the sites. They ended on trying to say one nice thing about each other. And the ladies, they did work to do that. Andy did ask the four people involved within the 2 couples with the feud. He did ask Dr. G and Sweet Tea whether or not they'd be able to coexist within that group. And they said that they see that they could. They see a future where they could. King had the nerve to say he doesn't really foresee that, and neither does Kwa. We knew Kwa was going to stand firm because she feels like if Bravo has to make a choice because of her fan base, they will always choose her. I think she is a little bit more confident than she should be. I can't say that Bravo would always choose her, because I feel like this show's getting stale. It's 11 seasons in. They could really do a reboot. We would love to see what Mariah has going on now. I still follow her on her IG. She had a 3-part series where she went to do something with Ethan. Everybody knows he's at Hampton. He's so smart. He's at Hampton. He's getting his pilot's license. He's brilliant. But he took her out to dinner, and a man confronted them. And Mariah got on FaceTime for like a second or something. The man told her to shut up, something like that. But it ended up being, if you asking, was he? Yes, he was. And he got checked, but in a classy way. And they end up, it's probably still posted if you follow I Love Mariah, ILUV Mariah over on IG. They end up paying for the man's meal to kind of, they kind of, hey, we here. We got money, so I don't know what your problem is. I'm over here eating with my family and you telling me to be quiet. But that's how it ended. She didn't cuss him out. She wanted to baptize him with her wine, but Ethan was very upset and also was watching the whole thing. So it could have went either way. And then him being a college student, he lives there. She didn't want to get him in trouble in his city where he's at. So I like the way she handled it. There were people saying, you should have cussed him out. You should have did this. A lot of people tell you what they should have, would have, could have, and they wouldn't have done that either. I wouldn't have paid for his meal. I wouldn't have. But I would have got him up off me. Tell the waits there, get this man away from my table. He's harassing my family and myself. Hi, Paula. Thank you for joining the chat. Thank you for joining the live Married to Medicine recap and review. Sharon says, in my opinion, all of them lied with their remarks to Sweet Tea, though. They did, Sharon. And sometimes I get on Sweet Tea because I feel like she doesn't really defend herself the best she can. But then she is surrounded by people that, to me, they're not enemies, but they don't like her. They don't like her. They're kind of embarrassed about the way that they were instrumental in bringing her on the show. They want her to just go away. And now she wants to be there because this is her job too. And she actually, I don't know how she enjoys it, but she seemed like she enjoys it. She started her YouTube channel. She does other things on the YouTube channel. She has just as much right to use the platform as the rest of them. And I think that 10 years in, 11 years in, they shouldn't get to constantly pick and choose who they are going to work with. If you can't work with somebody, then you should go. That's just how I feel. If Kwa can't work with them, she needs to go. Sharon Gabo is speaking to Paula. Thank her for entering the chat. So that was pretty much it. It didn't require 3 parts. Andy gave them 3 parts. North of New York gave them 3 parts. And it was just it kind of fell flat to me. There were some explosive moments, but backstage was the most explosive moment. Cecil seemed really disappointed when he was talking to Simone. I know they've had that conversation. I've never seen any of the men, and they have gotten into it. I've never seen them go to that level, the level that Dr. Simone goes with. She's just at the top of her lungs. Even Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly's loud, and she's aggressive, and she is vulgar, but Dr. Simone is something different. But Quad told the lady, shut the F up. And if Quad was talking, why couldn't Dr. Simone speak as well? Honestly, they were just back there having a couple of drinks, kind of relaxing, watching the husbands on screen. So I don't know why they let it get to that level. But it was an okay review. Thank you for joining me for the live Married to Medicine recap and view. Capricorn Flower moderator spoke to Paula as well. Welcome her to the chat. So that is the end of that season. I'm going to see what else I will be reviewing. Of course, everyone, hopefully you watched the panel, Dropping Extra Sassy Tea Talk, which is Sunday nights we do Real Housewives of Atlanta. So we'll be really getting into the Brit and Kenya situation. That is a lot. That is a lot. I go back and forth on that. I blame both of them for that. I blame Brit mainly because of her threat to Kenya, that you don't mention weapons when you're in an argument with someone. But I'm really disappointed and upset with Kenya that she took her Sweet 16 season and her business that she has sunk so much money in, and it's all at risk. They said in that little note that they decided to stop filming with her for this season. I guess the door's open, but Kenya didn't have to go there. And you have to have some type of emotional control, because there are people that are professional provocateurs. Kenya is a provocateur herself. So the fact that she couldn't recognize that in someone else. And then also Wednesday, we're going to give the full recap. My first off the cuff remarks, I think that Cynthia was a flip flopper. I'm going to amend those a little, because watching and paying attention, I watched the episode again. I just watched it real quick before we do our review, but watching it again and listening, Cynthia and the other ladies were trying to pull Kenya back at the time. Angela even said, you're doing too much, Mia. You're doing a lot. All of them tried to pull her back. But Kenya, we recognize that. Kenya had that look on her face. She was gone. She was in another place. I'm just sorry there was nobody there to actually stop her. She had people kind of hyping her up, I think, because she had a little amen corner out there, repeating what she said, and that were really into it. And then she had others that were just disgusted by it. But that's a shame the way that it turned out. And let me see, everyone join the chat. If you have not liked the video when you came in, please like on your way out. If you are Team Replay, thank you so much, Team Replay, for watching the Married to Medicine review. And I hope all of you enjoy the rest of your day. And join us tomorrow between 7 and 7:30. We'll put up the actual time before that, of course. But Dropping Extra Sassy Tea Talk. So it's Sassy TV from the 803. Tea Talk with your girl, Drop the Tea, and myself, Sandra P's Gen Extra. So I appreciate everyone that has stopped in, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Goodbye. Chat later. Bye, Capricorn Flower.